Once upon a time, in a remote village in ancient China, there lived a wise and humble farmer named Li. Li was known throughout the village for his calm demeanor and his ability to find wisdom in every situation. One sunny morning, Li's only horse, a beautiful and strong stallion, escaped from his stable and ran away into the nearby forest. The villagers gathered around Li's house, expressing their sympathy and sorrow for his loss. "I'm sorry for your misfortune, Li," they said. "Losing your only horse is a terrible blow." Li, however, remained unfazed. He simply replied, "Perhaps it is a misfortune, perhaps not, we shall see." Days turned into weeks, and the villagers began to worry about Li. They couldn't understand how he remained so calm and collected despite losing his valuable horse. Then, one day, to everyone's surprise, the lost horse returned to Li's farm. But it didn't return alone. It brought with it a magnificent wild mare from the forest. The villagers rejoiced and rushed to Li's house, congratulating him on his newfound fortune. "Li," they said, "you are the luckiest man in the village. Now you have not one, but two beautiful horses." Li smiled and replied, "Perhaps it is good fortune, perhaps not. We shall see." As the days went by, Li's son, a young and strong lad, decided to tame the wild mare. However, during the process, he was thrown off the mare's back and broke his leg. The villagers gathered once more, expressing their concern and sorrow for Li's son. "Your poor son," they said. "First, you lost your horse, and now he's injured. What a terrible turn of events." Li, however, remained as calm as ever. He said, "Perhaps it is a tragedy, perhaps not, we shall see." Soon after, a war broke out in the kingdom, and all able-bodied young men were conscripted into the army. The officials came to Li's village, taking every young man they could find, except for Li's son, who was still recovering from his broken leg. The villagers marveled at Li's wisdom, realizing that his perspective had saved his son from the horrors of war. They said, "Li, you were right all along. Losing your horse and your son's injury were blessings in disguise." Li simply smiled and said, "Perhaps they were blessings, perhaps not. We shall see." And so, the wise farmer Li continued to live his life, always finding wisdom in the ebb and flow of events. He understood that life was full of ups and downs, and it was not always easy to judge whether a situation was truly fortunate or unfortunate. His story became a legend in the village, a reminder to all that sometimes what may seem like a loss at first can turn into a blessing, and what may appear to be a blessing can bring unforeseen challenges. The moral of the story: embrace the uncertainty of life and remain open to the possibility that what may seem like a setback today could be a blessing in disguise tomorrow. If you like the video, comment below and subscribe the channel. Stay blessed.